Most men miss this. The exact moment a woman stops pretending she's calm around you, and her body begins giving away everything she's actually feeling. It doesn't look like the dramatic flirting you see in movies. It's quieter, more primal, and so subtle that almost every man walks right past it without understanding what just happened. When a woman is trying to seduce you, truly seduce you, her words stay controlled, but her body leaks tiny signals she couldn't hide even if she tried. These cues aren't taught, rehearsed, or intentional. They're instinctive reflexes, little cracks in her composure that only appear when her attraction has tipped into desire. And once you learn to read them, you'll start recognizing just how many moments in your life were actually invitations you never realized were there. So today, we're going deeper than anything you've heard before. Not the common flirting advice, not the recycled clichés, but rare biological microsignals that women reveal only when they're genuinely drawn to you. There are 10 of these signs, each one building on the next, revealing more than the last. And the final one? That's the moment her body stops negotiating with her mind and tells you the truth outright. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. 1. She gives you pre-contact orientation. Most men are told to look for the classic, her feet point at you. But that's so generic it might as well be written on the back of a cereal box. What you want to watch for is something much more specific and far more telling. The way she orients her body toward the place you're about to move, not the place you currently are. You'll see this in bars, at work, or when standing in a group. Before you even shift position, before you turn your head or take a step, she subtly aligns her torso or her knees in the direction she thinks you're going next. It's anticipatory rather than reactive. That means she's tracking you on a deeper level, almost guessing your next pose or movement, which is something people only do when they're magnetized by someone. It's a primitive, stay-near-him mechanism, dressed up in modern posture. Most men don't turn this into anything because they never notice it. But if you catch a woman doing this, understand that she's already inviting you into her space without having said a single word. 2. Her blink rate changes only when you're the one speaking. Blinking is one of the most revealing physiological reactions humans have, because you can't intentionally control the micro-cadence of it without looking like you're impersonating a malfunctioning robot. When a woman is attracted to you, especially in a seduction-based way, her blink rate will shift depending on what you're saying, not just the emotional context of the moment. You might notice it slowing down while you're mid-sentence, because she's hyper-focusing on you. That slower blink pattern is her nervous system adjusting, almost like she's tuning out everything else. Then, the moment you finish speaking, it speeds up slightly. A release of tension, a micro-reset. She may not even realize she's doing it, and it won't happen with other people in the room. Men miss this because it's not something you can spot unless you're paying attention to her upper face while you talk, which most men aren't. But once you see it, you'll understand it for what it is. Her body giving away the fact that your voice is stimulating her far more than anyone else's. 3. She exposes the high-value real estate on her body. Everyone talks about hair flipping or showing cleavage, but real seduction signs are rarely so theatrical. When a woman is genuinely drawn to you, she won't put on a show. She'll reveal vulnerability zones, the soft inner wrists, the inner elbows, the delicate area just below the collarbone. These regions have a high density of nerve endings, and they signal openness when exposed. Watch how she positions herself. Does she rest her forearm on the table so her inner wrist is facing you? Does she tilt her head slightly so the side of her neck opens toward you? Does she brush her hair back only on the side facing you, as if presenting that space? These are instinctive displays of trust and invitation, not conscious attempts at seduction. Most men don't see any of this because they're too focused on the more obvious attractiveness cues. But if she's revealing the soft parts of herself, that's her nervous system whispering to you, "I feel safe with you. Come closer." 4. She performs micro-grooming in your direction, not on herself. We're used to seeing women fix their hair or adjust their clothes when they like someone. But the rarer, more seductive tell is when she starts grooming you. Not in a dramatic way. In a tiny, almost casual, I don't even know why I'm doing this kind of way. She might brush a crumb off your shoulder, straighten the edge of your jacket, point out a piece of lint, or tap something off the sleeve of your shirt. It's not just the touch. It's the intention underneath it. She's crossing a boundary without making it feel like one. She's giving herself permission to interact with your body in a caretaking, intimate way. And even more telling, she will only do this when she wants to feel physically connected to you, but isn't confident enough to be bold about it. So she disguises it as helpfulness. But the truth is, she's testing what it feels like to touch you, and whether you'll let her. Before we move on, if you're someone who'd rather grow than guess, someone who actually applies what they learn, type rising below. Let's see who's truly building themselves. 5. Her feet perform follow lag instead of automatic alignment. A woman who's simply being polite will orient her feet toward you right away. That's nothing. A woman who's attracted to you will often turn her upper body toward you first, while her feet lag behind for a second or two. This follow lag is incredibly revealing because it shows that she's fighting her own instinct to be fully open toward you. Her conscious mind is trying to appear natural and not too eager, but her lower body catches up after a brief delay. You'll see this when she turns to listen to you, or when you move to a different spot and she adjusts herself to face you again. The upper body moves immediately because she can't help it, and the feet follow later because she's trying to control herself. It's attraction leaking through restraint. And the thing is, almost no one notices it because it's so subtle you could blink and miss it. But if you see the lag, you're seeing desire in real time. 6. She does an upper triangle sweep instead of the predictable lip glance. Lip looking has been talked about so much it barely means anything anymore. The real seduction cue, the one women don't realize gives them away, is something called the upper triangle sweep. Her eyes move in a tiny triangular pattern, from your temple to your cheek to your throat. It's an attraction assessment, not a flirt move. She's scanning the parts of you she finds subconsciously masculine or appealing, the structure of your face, the strength in your jaw, the movement of your throat when you talk. This sweep is fast, soft, and repeated only when she's captivated by you. You'll see it happen in between sentences or right after she laughs. And what's interesting is that most men interpret it as nothing at all, because it's not obvious or dramatic, but it's one of the strongest signs that a woman is evaluating you in a sexual way, not a friendly one. 7. She changes her breathing rhythm to match yours, but only briefly. Humans naturally mirror each other, but intentional mirroring is usually slow and subtle. True seduction mirroring is something entirely different. When a woman is drawn to you, she'll unconsciously match your breathing for a few breaths, sync with you, and then break the pattern, then match again. It's like she's tuning into you and then pulling away just to feel the difference. This syncing can happen during quiet conversation, during pauses, or even when you're just sitting near each other. You won't notice it unless you specifically look for the movement of her shoulders or the timing of her exhale. But once you learn to spot it, it's unmistakable. It's an unconscious way of saying, I want to feel connected to you, but I don't want it to be obvious. And it's far more intimate than any verbal flirting. 8. When standing close, she rotates her hips into a tension angle instead of facing you squarely. If a woman faces you straight on, that's comfortable and social. But when she's trying to seduce you, she almost never stands directly square. Instead, she angles her hips slightly away while keeping her upper body oriented toward you. This creates a tension angle, a position that's half open, half guarded. It's a flirt stance rooted in instinct. Her lower body signals vulnerability by not being fully aligned, while her upper body signals interest by staying engaged. The combination creates a kind of magnetic push-pull that she hopes you'll feel. If you step closer and she keeps that angle, she's inviting you to bridge the last bit of space. It's an extremely feminine, subtle cue that she's aware of her body around you and is adjusting it to create attraction tension. Most men completely miss it because they're too focused on her face, but the hips never lie. 9. She performs micro-distance testing. Most seduction isn't bold. It's quiet and incremental. A woman who wants you will test the space between you in tiny, nearly invisible adjustments. She won't step forward. That would be too obvious. Instead, she'll shift her weight slightly closer, letting her shoulder drift a few centimeters toward you. She'll lean in half an inch more than necessary. She might let her bag or her elbow rest a little closer than before. Then she'll hold that position, waiting for your reaction. If you stay relaxed, she'll inch even closer later. If you move away, she'll retreat and pretend nothing happened. This distance testing is one of the most honest signs of seduction because it is entirely dependent on how safe she feels around you. And it's subtle enough that you have to train your eye to pick it up. But when you do, you'll realize she's not just getting closer by accident. She's checking if she's allowed to be in your intimate zone. 10. She does a linger-release gesture near your body. This is one of the clearest seduction signals a woman gives, and yet almost no one talks about it. She brings her hand close to you, your arm, your chest, your shoulder, but stops just before contact. A hair's breadth, a fraction of a second where she hovers near your skin, then she withdraws. That almost touch is intentional, even if she doesn't consciously understand why she's doing it. She's projecting the idea of touch into the space between you. She's letting you feel the ghost of contact without actually crossing the line. It's a test, an invitation, and a reveal all at once. If you lean in even slightly, or you smile in that moment, she'll take it as confirmation that you're comfortable with the charge between you. And if you weren't paying attention before, that one gesture alone is enough to tell you she's not just interested. She's trying to seduce you. Up next, discover what women do that reveals if they want to sleep with you, or learn how to tell if she's secretly checking you out. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.